Hello, dear friends. I don't think I have much time on here, but real quick, I thought I would share this. We want to be very careful about doing our good deeds, you know, even our prayers that we offer up for others. Because when we do a good deed for somebody, all right, we want the receiver of that good deed that was done to not see us, but to recognize the Lord was the one who helped them out. Okay? And that goes against our nature, our human nature. Because, and man, have I wrestled and struggled with this, and from time to time still do. But that we want the recognition. Maybe not as boldly and loudly and obviously as some people, but in here, there is something that wants the recognition, wants some appreciation, wants at least a thank you, wants a pat on the back, wants those good words spoken about us, this, that, and the other, you know? And we want to, that's not the way Jesus was. He was humble, you know? So humble. And we want to be like that. That's a great thing to ask from the Lord, is to give us a humble heart, you know? And He will. He will. If you have that desire for a humble heart, ask Him for it. He'll do it. You know, it's going to take some time, but eventually you'll start seeing more and more humility coming from you. And guess what? It's not even your own humility. That's Him working through you to be humble. You see, we are but a vessel, okay, created by Him for a purpose. And His desire is for us to be made holy, just as He is, so that He might work through us, speak through us, live in us, and accomplish His purpose. His purposes in this vessel while we're here on the earth. So when we, do our good deeds as anonymously as possible, I could say do that way, do that way, anonymously as possible. And being quick to give the glory and the credit and the praise and the thanks, whatever you might receive from a person, make sure and give that back to the Father. For He gave you the ability to help that person, right? He might have gave you the financial money, to meet a need for that person. Okay? So that wasn't your own good doing, your own good deeds. It was from the Lord working through you to help that person. If you were able to listen to somebody vent, cry, share their problems and troubles, and maybe a word of advice came, a word of encouragement came from the Lord that you were able to give to that person, we want to make sure that that person sees that it was the Lord working through us. You see, that we wouldn't boast about that. That when they look this way at us, they may not know it right away, and it may take a while to figure out, but that more and more people see the light of Christ in us rather than us. We just kind of slowly are drifting back into the background and letting Christ be seen in us more and more. So do your good deeds in secret if possible. Your prayers for a person in secret. All right? Be sensitive to the Lord about these things and let Him teach you, teach me more and more about being a vessel as unto the Lord. The Bible, if you look that up about vessels, all the scriptures on vessels, you'll learn a lot. Vessels are people, all right? And the Bible says that He created some vessels for special occasions, some for common use, some for honorable use, some for wrath, vessels of wrath. But either way, we're all to be vessels as unto the Lord, that carrying the glory of the Lord, that the glory of the Lord might be poured out onto this earth in this generation that you and I live, just like it was back in Abraham's generation, David's generation, Noah's generation. You see, we're here for a purpose, and it's not for our own. All right? So let's just be very careful and sensitive and ask the Lord to show us more about this, that He might receive the glory and the honor, truly, that we ourselves might recognize, hey, that wasn't from me, because the Bible says that no good thing comes from the human heart. No. So if anything good came out of us, it was truly from the Lord. You know? So I hope that could help us to think about, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.